So this is John chapter 6 from verse 26, and it says, Jesus answered them and said, Most assuredly I say to you, you seek me not because you saw the signs, but because you ate of the loaves and were filled. Do not labour for the food which perishes, but for the food which endures for everlasting life, which the Son of Man will give you, because God the Father has set his zeal on him. Now, obviously we know that, Jesus does miracles and still does miracles today, but he doesn't want us to follow him just because of the miracles. The miracles are like surface level. Obviously with these miracles he does to help us because he loves us, but he actually wants us to seek him on a more of a personal more on a personal level. He wants us to eat his food. He wants us to eat the food that he provides, because the food he provides is full of, knowledge. It's full of, all this goodness that we need in our lives. And it says, do not labor for the food which perishes. That, you don't want to go for like the food that's only gonna last temporary, that doesn't actually fully fill us, but it says, but for the food which endures for everlasting life. And while reading these verses, it reminds me of the verse in Revelations, and this is in Revelations chapter 13, and it is from, where is it? From verse 13, and it says, he performs great signs, so that he even makes fire come down from heaven on earth in the sight of men, and he deceives those who dwell on the earth by those signs which he has granted to do in the sight of the beast, telling those who dwell on the earth to make an image to the beast who was wounded by the sword and lived. That is one of the reasons why he doesn't want to focus on signs, because signs can be quite deceitful, and if you just focus on the signs, you just you end up opening yourself to, being deceitful. As it says in that those verses in Revelations, is that people will end up being turned away from the true king, because they see these signs and think, oh, he must be the chosen one, but it's not about the signs. That is not about the signs. That's why us Christians, we always preach that you read the Bible, because when you read the Bible, it's in your mind, so you can use that discernment, so you don't get discerned. You don't get discerned. You don't get misled by somebody like that. As it says, like, eat the loaves, that we fill the loaves is being the Bible is the loaf. The Bible is food for us. It is the bread. It is the bread of life. And when we consume the Bible, then we get every word into our spirit, that we can't be deceived, because when things like that happen, we actually think about it and we don't rush into it. Like, that's always sometimes why God doesn't always perform miracles, or when he does, it's not always straight away. He uses time, like as I've explained it in past videos, that God's timing and how God's timing is beneficial to us, and sometimes that involves healing. Sometimes he wants us to trust in him more. He wants us to read his word more before he does that miracle on our lives. But yeah, that is basically what I got from this verse. And as it says, don't follow Jesus because of his miracles. Look into more of just his miracles, because when we just look at miracles, that's when we can get trapped by all sorts of stuff. We're not grounded properly in God's word. We're not grounded in his word, because we could easily be misled to go to Buddhism or any other like occultish practices because of miracles and wonders that we might see coming from these different false kind of followings and stuff like that.